Cellular respiration uses glucose and oxygen molecules, which are also called reactants. And the products are carbon dioxide, water, and ATP. ATP is the energy source of the cell and is used to break down food and transfer molecules in between cells. And it is the overall goal of cellular respiration. The process is mostly catabolic, which means that it requires oxygen in order to occur. Cellular respiration has multiple steps, which include glycolysis, an intermediate step, the Krebs cycle, electron transport chain, and chemiosmosis. Glycolysis occurs within the cytoplasm of the cell, and one glucose is transferred into 2-pyruvate. The intermediate step, the pyruvate from the glycolysis is transported into the mitochondria, and then the pyruvate is turned into acetyl-CoA. Then, in the Krebs cycle, this occurs within the mitochondrial matrix, which is the innermost compartment surrounded by an inner membrane of the mitochondria. They take the products from the intermediate step and produces 2 ATP and multiple coenzymes. Then, in the electron transport chain, this happens within the inner mitochondrial membrane, and the coenzymes are turned into protein complexes and electron carriers, and then are turned into a gradient in which protons transfer between. Then in chemiosmosis, protons travel down the gradient created by the electron transport chain through a portion of the ATP synthase, which is an enzyme that facilitates ATP production. Photosynthesis occurs within the chloroplast, which is a part of a plant cell. This process is anabolic and does not require oxygen in order to occur. Plants produce their own energy through photosynthesis. They harness carbon dioxide and water and combine those things with light, which produces glucose and oxygen. The plants are able to absorb light by capturing blue and red light waves and reflecting green light waves. The cell is able to capture light waves through small compartments in the chloroplast called chlorophyll. Photosynthesis occurs within 2 reactions. One is light-dependent and the other one is light-independent, which is also called the Calvin cycle. The light-independent occurs within the thylakoid, which are small compartments within the chloroplast. The light is captured and the water molecules are split apart into oxygen, and this step produces ATP and NADPH, which is a coenzyme needed for the next process. The light-independent process occurs within the spores of a leaf, where carbon dioxide and glucose are produced. As you can see, these processes cannot exist without each other, as cellular respiration produces the carbon dioxide that photosynthesis requires, and photosynthesis produces the oxygen cellular respiration requires.